Hello students, in this class we'll see something more about Excel. In our previous class, what we did we can see in the last class video. So in this class we'll basically learn how to format, how to set up the page, how to give borders, how to make calculations and all. So let us begin. Suppose we want to make a report card kind of thing. So as it has been told to you in the last class that if you really wish to make something like that, then Alt EIS is the shortcut where you can linearly fill up this space. Alt EIS and then press enter. This 1, 2, 3, 4 come automatically. If you want to write the names, then of course you can write the names. Let us write. Although it has been told to you, January, February, March, this month, names and days names can be autofill. So these are the names. And the marks is scored in any subject like Hindi, English, math. So it's quite easy. Just enter in the speed format. And yes, one thing just appeared here. So I'd like to tell you, although it's not in your syllabus, but still I'd like to tell you. We can do what? We can validate a cell for some specific value. Suppose we are entering a marks, or suppose we are entering marks of a test of 100 marks, then it's obvious that we are going to score 0 to 100, not less than 0 and not more than 100. But while entering data in a fast way, speed data entry, what I did, I just entered 3-digit number and it accepted also. So if you want some set of cell to not accept any invalid data, so for this we do what? We just select the set of the cells that we want for the specific data. Then we go for the data validation and see what is the setting right now. Setting is allow any value, but what we'll do, will allow only whole number between 0 to 100. This is very important. Input message, you can write anything like ready, enter marks. These are customized thing. These things will work when we will enter error. If some kind of error is there, then any message you can give here. Now see, this ready enter marks will come in whichever cell we will put the cursor. If we put outside the selection, it will not do anything. Now what? Suppose we are entering 3-digit number by mistake or willingly. Then what? It will tell error. Please enter valid marks. And that is how it will not let you enter any invalid number. Look, and how whatever your problem is, that doesn't matter. But this is not going to. So to enter marks, what we'll do? We'll check help of copy and paste so that you could save our time. So look, you see that how fast I've entered this. Now what? Now we are going to see the most important thing of Excel, the most important, which is calculation. Suppose we want total. This is a very important point. So how can we calculate total? For making any calculation, we need to put an equal to mark. We can put plus sign or minus sign also, but putting equal to sign is the considered best. So there are various ways, and I'll tell you all the ways. First is using formula, the best way. I personally like this. Formula simply allows you to do everything in your own way. And as we discussed in the last class, that cell address is something like 78, 96 are in cell, and these all cell has uh, cell addresses. So errors, I mean cell address. Look at the messages. Those are coming. Ready, enter marks, this and that. And if you'll enter any wrong marks, then it will ask you to enter valid numbers and all. This is done with the help of data validation. Although you can re-forward the video and say data validation, you need to go to data validation. From there, these settings are done, and you can remove the setting from there only. Select the area from where you want to remove those settings and just clear it. Allow any value. So always remember that every cell is unique and has unique cell address. Remember. So equal to, click on this. Just clicking on the cell, after, if you'll do this after putting the equal to sign, it would means give you the name of the cell address. This is C2. Then put an operator. We want to add it, so put add. And then what? D2. Clicking it, or you can use arrow key. Another operator plus arrow key. I'm using arrow key and see the changes that is occurring. You can do this. Press enter. This is the sum. And what happens when you use the formula? Then whenever you will change it, like see, if it is 78, thus the sum is 259. Now if I'll change it, then see that here also it changed. 259 was earlier. Now when it changed, it also changed. Few people do what? Let me show you the mistake that they do. Press F2. See the, I mean, these things. I have written cell address. Thus the things are going good. But we can do what? We can directly write like 81 plus 96 plus 85. This will also show you the same thing. But when you will change it, the changes will not be reflected here. Why? Because this time we are using the constants, the fixed values. So this is not the right way of doing the calculation. So always, if you're doing such kind of thing, then always try to put, not try to put, you have to put the cell address. So various ways, I just told you that you can use arrow key, or you can click, or you can simply type it also. Like D2, I can type D2. No matter small and capital letter, doesn't matter. E2 also is there. So the same thing is there. Now what? Keep your cell pointer here. Press Shift plus down arrow, or any other navigation key. Shift plus down arrow, and press Control D. D for down. Control D. This will give you sum of all the rows, and see the formula is changing. Look at the formula bar. Here it is D3, C3, D3 and E3. When you will go here, then C4, D4, E4, then C5 automatically. This is called cell referencing. The reference is automatically changing, and thus the formula is, look at this. Here, this is the sum is 222. Suppose by mistake I have entered a wrong mark here. Means it was 53, but by mistake I entered 35. Suppose. Then if you'll do 53, then this sum 222, if you press enter, it will automatically change. This, that means that there is no chance of making mistake. Now compare this task as if you are doing in a paper and pen, which most of people do because they don't know Excel. So अगर कागज कलम पे ये काम हम कर रहे होते तो हमें पूरा व्हाइटनर लगाना पड़ता, कैलकुलेटर लेके बटन दबाए, बहुत लफड़ा है. So that's why it is also very important to use or to get our day-to-day life task done also with the help of Excel. So this is how we do this. So one way was to select and press Ctrl D. Another simple way is just simply hold your mouse pointer like this. Look at, go, take it to the corner and drag it down like this. You can drag it to the blank places also. And the reference has changed. See C14, D14, E14, that's 15 and all. And as and when you will enter the marks, they will get automatically added. Look at this. So see how simply you can achieve anything here. And yes, there is no need to verify whether the sum is correct or not. It is 100% correct. इसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, कैलकुलेशन में कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बस फॉर्मूला सही होना चाहिए. So we can have any formula. I mean any formula we can put, like we want average, we want percent. There is a minor difference between percent and average. So average means sum of all the subjects divided by the number of subjects. And yes, BODMAS rule is also applicable here. So sum of all the subjects we can have. This is the sum of subject. We don't need to do it again or just see it. This simply F2 means whatever is in F2, just put it here. And as this F2 will change, like everywhere it will be changed. Yes, here also it is changed. Now how many subjects? Three subjects. So this is the average. Okay. We could have done it in a different way also. Let us do it. BODMAS rule, this plus this, then bar bracket off, and then divided by 3. The same result. Now let us see what will happen if you not allow the bracket to be there. Wrong result. Why? Because the priority first goes to this. First this operation is taking place and then this addition task is going on. So wrong result we got. So BODMAS rule is very important, putting bracket and all. So with this help of this example, you are learning these things. Okay, fine. And the same way you can drag it down. So now let's see. It is not dragged properly. Yes. See that it's not looking that nice. Here it is this full number. It had 3 decimal place, somewhere 2 decimal like this. So what we can do? Yes, here comes the use of cell formatting. Select it, press Ctrl 1, and now number decimal place 2 or 3 or whatever you wish. Press OK. Now it's looking nice. So this is the use of formatting. And if you don't know this, then you will be in trouble now how to arrange it. But if you know it, you can easily do it. So that's why Excel is important. Another thing is percent formula. What do you have? If you have learned percent, so let me tell you how to transform a formula into Excel formula. So how do we get the percent? So simply what do we say? Percent of 262 in 300. This is what we want. Yes, no? Yes, I'm teaching a little maths. Total marks is 300, and I mean full mark is 300. We have scored 262. Now we want percent. Average is a different thing. Average and percent are same when the marking is in 100. Out of 100, if it is, then it is percent and average will be same. But if it is not in 100, then percent and average will be different. I'll give you one example also, because I have found that most of you has confusion in this. So this is the thing that we want. Percent of 262 in 300. Okay. Now let us transform this sentence into mathematical formula. So percent we write 100, percent of we write multiplication, 262 in we write it division, and then 300. So this is the formula. So let us implement this given formula in Excel. Equal to, first we have to write, then 100%, then of 262 is in this address. So we have to avoid constants. Although I'm writing 100 because 100 is needed, because 100 should be the constant here, that's why. But the total will be varying, because for this total is different, for this total is different, for cell number, I mean row number 3 total is different. So in case the thing is varying, so we have to take the cell reference, that is F2. And again 300 is constant because full marks is not going to change. So look at this. Now the same way you just drag it and have the same result. And with this also we can do the same thing. Ctrl 1 and then number, and this time 2 decimal place. So this is the average and percent. Now here up to this point, most of you might be wondering, sir, average and percent we know that are same, but no, they are not same. This you can understand by simply considering a separate example. Like suppose this Hindi is of not of 100 marks. Suppose that it is of 150 marks. Yes. So out of 150, someone had scored 120. But yes, since we have validated the cell to not accept more than 20, so it's doing so. So how can you change this? So we need to select these things from here till here, or whichever you want. Then go to data validation and just clear all. Clear all. Let's it to have anything. Just reset हो गया सब setting. अब मान लो कि हमारा, let us take this 3 rows, huh? Suppose that we have 150 full marks, then out of 150, someone has scored 125, someone has scored 149, someone has scored just 99, someone has scored 110, like this. Suppose this is the case, means full marks is 150 this time. Now you will understand the difference between the percent and average. Look, so this is the average, means this particular student Astha has scored average 124, uh, average 124 in this, I mean average marks. He has scored average 121. Now see the percent, although it's saying the same thing, but because of some question, this time the sum of the marks, I mean the full marks is what? Not 300, 150 plus 150 plus 150, 450. Now 82% it has. Although the average mark is 144, out of 150 she has scored 124, and percent wise she has scored 82%. So now I think you have understood the difference between average and percentage. Okay, now we'll see something more. Now if you'll press, if you want to print it, yes, one more thing is, if you want to print this, then how, whether these things are coming in one page or not. So control F2, control F1, F2 wala F2 है ना, control F2 you press, it will show you the page layout. Print preview means how the things will be printed. It shows you the print preview. Means if you'll print, the things will be printed this way. You might ask, sir, where are the borders? I mean, row and column is not visible. Yes, row and columns are not visible. Row and columns are not visible. They are visible. Press escape to come back to this view. So if you want to give row and column, then you'll have to select it. Like if you want to give row and column till this, and then press Control 1 and go to border. This is select outline. This select like inside line, or you may choose something like this also. Clicking may also help you like this. I have given variety of borders, press OK. Now as I have given the same way, this vertical, you see that dotted line is different, the horizontal dotted line is different. So as per your choice you can give, and now press Ctrl F2, you will see this is how the things are going to be printed. So this is how we can give or remove the border. The simple way of giving border is also here. Just go to home and find this shortcut, and all different kinds of borders are there. You select all, anyone, just click simple border. So this is simple border, and press F2. This is how the report will be printed. Now if you don't want these extra things to be printed, then there are a lot of ways. You can either simply delete this, or you could do a lot of other things also, like go to view, there is page break preview. It will show you like this. You can reduce the content of a single page like this. Means now only this much you can zoom it, only this much will be printed. Look, row number 14 till 14, and till here it will be printed. Press Ctrl F2. Rest of the things are out of the page. Now if you want to have them also, just increase the space of this, and now you can see these are also the part of page. Now you might be wondering, what if the column number of columns are more than the page can have it normally. So first let us change the view, और अब ऐसा करते हैं कि just simply let us copy it and paste it. Copy and paste. Why I'm doing so? Just to just see this dotted line indicates the page range of page, huh? Now this time what is happening, this contains only this much in the page, and after English this is in the next page. You can see the dotted line also. This dotted line shows that this is the part content of one page. But what can we do then? So let us see. View, page break preview. just drag it, and you can have any number of content, whatever you wish to, in a single page. Just drag this to this side. Now everything is part of one page. Press Ctrl Z to undo and see. This is page one. Look, this page one is written, this page two is written. Now, if you drag like this, then a whole thing came in just a one page. How? Let us see the print preview. Now things are reduced. Means the size of the text is reduced. How much reduced? Who decided this to reduce? So the system decided it. Go to print preview and go to page setup like here and see it is adjusted to 73%. Means when we forcefully explicitly did that contain everything in one page, that we can do, but at the sake of what? Reducing the size. It is 73% of the normal size. Okay, so then what? If we want more things to be added, like I want this to be also the part of the page, then what? Then also just drag it like this. Now this whole thing is content of a single page. After this, now it is the content. Now what? Let us see. Control F2. This is again reduced. How much? Page setup. Now it is 60%. Okay. Now another thing is portrait. This is portrait way of page and this is landscape way of page. Orientation. These are orientation. Portrait means this way. Look, this is portrait, and landscape. This is landscape. Like ये लंबा हो गया, चौड़ा हो गया, landscape. Very simple. Now press OK. Fine. Now space is there. Now because this is landscape. Now what we can do? We can do it 100% and see what happens. When we do 100%, then what happens? Go to the normal view by pressing escape. Now these things are crossing the border. Oh, lot of trouble in page setup. Yes, page setup is very important in Excel. So what we can do this also. Select everything. Alt O C A, that has been taught in the last class. Automatically adjust or reduce the size of the column to adjust. So automatically it adjusted. Now what else we can do? Now we see that see the in 100% also it is coming. Oh wow, means reducing column size can also do it without reducing the text size. Yes. Now can we do more? Yes, we can do more. Again copy it. I'm now just showing you the page setup. This percent and average are now useless.